Yeah. All right, we getting ready to start it up, man. Welcome back to the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to VAR World Boxing. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy VAR, your host, and I got my co-host.
It's your boy D.
You know what I'm
Professional
saying?
boxer, 5-1, 4 knockouts.
You already know, man. We gonna have a fun day today. You understand what I'm saying? We're gonna have a.
No, that's right.
And I just want to let you know that because we're gonna have Amanda Serrano, right? Hold on, let me turn this down so y'all can hear me. I keep competing with this music of his, right? But we're gonna definitely have a good show today. We're gonna have Amanda Serrano and what's her name? Alicia Bumgarner. All right, we're gonna talk about that for just a quick minute. Then we're gonna go into Tim Tszyu and Tony Harrison. Okay, had a recording of something that he said, and it was quite interesting. It's something that he said about fighting in American style, and I kind of want to get y'all's opinion on it. We're gonna react to it a little bit, and then we're gonna address an elephant in the room in this Joker about this Tank, Haney, and Shakur debacle, and if they're gonna fight and this and that. We're gonna clear the air with this, and I'm gonna have my partner help me out with it. You know, he may or may not agree, but we definitely gonna see what's up with that. All right, so before we start, I just want to say thank you guys for coming back. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell notification so whenever I'm here, you are here with me. All right, so let's talk about the Alicia Bumgarner fight, right? So Alicia Bumgarner and Amanda Serrano, they both got undisputed this weekend. All right, they both got undisputed this weekend. So
congratulations to them. Shout out to them.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a big thing.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so we got Alicia Bumgarner. They both got the undisputed. It was two good fights. And shout out to Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is really bigging up the females in the culture right now, and I can appreciate that. I'm starting to get to know certain names. I don't know all names. You know what I mean? But we're starting to get to know some names. All right. Now, Alicia Bumgarner and Amanda Serrano, they're both on the top 10 pound for pound list for the female fighters. Amanda Serrano beat Cruz, and Alicia Bumgarner beat this lady, I think, Khalid. Both good fighters. All right. I want to tell you something. D. Alicia Bumgarner ended up, running out of gas at the end of the fight. Yeah, she ended up running out of gas at the end of the fight.
Did she stop the girl?
She didn't stop her.
She didn't stop her?
No. She didn't stop her. She could have stopped her, but she just couldn't. She got too tired. She was able to get her quick burst in, and after that, the other girl started actually landing some shots on her and was able to survive. All right, Amanda Serrano, that fight was very close, and it almost looked like the other girl was gonna beat Serrano to me in the beginning, only because she looked like she fights like Cruz. What's the other Cruz?
Leo Santa Cruz?
No, the other Cruz that.
Oh, that was for Tank?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pitbull Cruz. So he fight. Well, she fight like Pitbull Cruz.
She comes forward a lot.
And she throws those things. You understand what I'm saying? So she's throwing those things, and Amanda was getting caught with them. You understand? Because she wanted to get caught up in the firefight, the little Puerto Rican Mexican little firefight they like having, right? And the one thing that I believe saved Amanda Serrano was the fact that Cruz was straight bloody from the forehead down. I mean, it was a massacre. If you guys looked at the fight, it looked like a damn massacre. She could not see. All right. I believe they need to do a rematch. I believe they were talking about doing a rematch, whatever case may be. Cool. All right. Take that away. Again, I didn't want to talk about this for so long. Alicia Bumgarner called out Amanda Serrano.
It's only right that she does that to get the sport more attention. Like, I feel like Alicia Bumgarner is becoming one of the faces of women boxing. Like, they had Carissa Shields, and I feel like now it's becoming Alicia Bumgarner.
Exactly.
Like, everybody's talking about her. So to make that a big fight like
and plus
that,
she bad too, ain't she?
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Right?
Beautiful.
She fine as heck.
Yes.
Let me see if I can get a quick one on you.
Yes.
No, that's Amanda. Amanda, all right too though. I mean, Amanda, all right, but then when Alicia Bumgarner came through the scene, it was like, okay.
Yeah, so I feel like they marketing her that way, and they trying to bring up women's boxing, which is a good thing for women's boxing, honestly. I mean, That's a big thing. I seen some highlights from the fight. She definitely, she be cracking. Like, she be coming in, and she be throwing She be throwing them bangs. So I feel like it's going to be interesting to see what she does next. To see if she steps up and fights her. I mean, that's only going to cement her legacy, honestly, as one of the best women fighters. So it doesn't hurt to do that, honestly, if you ask me.
No, for sure, for sure. I think that's amazing. I mean, at this point, I don't know who would win that fight because of the gas tanks.
Yeah, and it's weird. It's weird. Like everybody trains 3 minutes rounds. You know, what I'm saying some people
Right.
train more when you train it. So women's boxing is only like 2
2
minutes.
minute rounds.
Yeah, you have
2
like
minute
2
rounds.
minutes. So it's
Yep.
like I don't know gassing out for that. But I guess it's different than men's boxing because like in men's boxing, like I know I've sparred 4 or 5 minute rounds before, and you got to pace yourself correctly because you're going 6 to 8 rounds.
Right.
So I mean, maybe it's different, but to see them, because they say Carissa Shields gasses out a lot too.
Well, the thing is with that though, we as men have a larger capacity for oxygen.
Correct.
You know, as men. So I know they were trying to advocate for women to have 3 rounds, but I don't think that's gonna go well across the board for
3 minute rounds.
3 minute rounds. They will have to train and get their bodies accustomed to
That's
it.
the point.
You know what I'm
You're an elite
saying?
athlete. Like because think about this. I can't sit there and say, "Oh well, it's a smaller guy. He's able to go 10 rounds, but because I'm way bigger than him, I can't go 10 rounds." No, I gotta get myself in shape. I gotta do what I gotta do to be able to go to 10 rounds. Nobody wants to hear that excuse. You know what I'm saying? Like don't be sexist. Don't be biased on certain things. And then when other things come about, you want to use that as an excuse. Just if they do go to 3 minute rounds, I don't want to hear that as being the excuse. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, it cannot be the. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I don't wanna hear that as an excuse.
Who would be making that excuse though?
I don't know, cause I mean, I don't see no man making that excuse. So I mean, if a woman goes, "Oh, reason why I couldn't do it because it was a 3 minute round," but if it was a 2 minute round, I'll be able to do. It's like
No, see now you can. That's what I'm saying. You can't. That's what I'm saying. It's not going to work across the board. Like Alicia Bumgarner. Number one, I think 2 minute rounds perfect for her. I think Serrano, same thing. If you look at these fights, these girls be brawling
But see,
and dying. But again, they
another
only.
thing too. Women don't know how to pace themselves.
I mean, that's what
a
that's
lot of
what.
women I've seen box. If you hit them the wrong way, they turn it up immediately. Like they're not kind of conditioning themselves. Like, okay, yeah, they did hit me, and I got to get that back. It's oh no, I'm turning up. Like I'm on 1,000 right now, and it's like that's going to make you even more tired because you're in a heated moment right now, and your adrenaline is rushing.
And that's a for sure right on.
You know what I'm saying? So
Nah,
it's
I
like
do.
they got to be able to control it. If you can control it, you're good. Because even with men's boxing, if you get hit and now you're so hell bent on getting that back, you're going to get more tired. You're probably going to get hit more because you're not thinking focused. You're not clear minded, and you're not fighting smart. So I mean, I would like to see the 3 minute rounds. I think that the women should go to 3 minute rounds. Is only right. It'll make the fight more. It'll make the fight game a little bit better for women. Honestly,
You'll see more knockouts.
yeah. I mean,
You'll see more.
yeah,
That's what is going to happen. You're going to see more knockouts.
Yeah, that is true. And everybody loves a knockout. That's entertaining for them.
Yo, man, I guess something in me don't even want to see that. To keep it real, I don't like. I mean, it is something in me naturally doesn't want to see that. You understand? I like a good fight. But I don't want to see. I don't want to see them. I mean, it is what it is, man. These ladies out here doing their thing, and I like the sport, and these girls are good. Don't get me wrong. Again, something naturally in me doesn't want them to get to that point of hell. You know what hell feel like when you in the ring, you tired as heck, and
you gotta pull that
you
dog
got
out.
You got pull. But then that one punch can put you smooth out at that time.
At any time, it only takes one punch at any time. So
especially when you in hell. Especially when you in hell, though.
It takes one punch.
Yes,
that's all it takes.
Yes. So, I mean, those of you who don't know what I mean and what I'm talking about, hell is when you in the ring and your muscles are dead, your lungs are done for, and a dude is pressuring you.
Your high is all hell.
Yeah.
You're sweating.
Yes.
You just ate, but you gotta
pull through. You in
pull
hell.
through.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what I mean. But I personally don't want to see that. But 3 minute rounds will get more knockouts. It is what it is. So yeah, I guess that's I mean, so you're an advocate of three minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that it should be 2 minutes. Honestly, you come up in the amateurs, it's 3 minutes. Like no matter is it 3 minutes
for females as well?
For female, I gotta check that. I don't
I'm
think
gonna I'm gonna say it's 2 all the way through,
yeah, I
only
think
because
it
that's what
might
they're
be.
training
Yeah,
for.
it might be 2 all the way through. I gotta check that, but I feel like it should be 3 minutes. Honestly, like that,
Yeah.
2 minutes is really. It's a long time when you're in the ring because when you're a novice and a sub novice, you fight 2 minute rounds as an amateur. So it's a long time in that ring to fight 2 minutes. But 3 minutes helps you out a little bit more, where you can work a little bit more and you get a little bit more timing where you can like set stuff up. Like because with 2 minutes, and a lot of time I think what these women are doing when it's 2 minutes, they're rushing. Like they're just trying to get you out. So it's a full on brawl. When it comes to 3 minutes, you're going to box a little bit more, try to set things up. So I think the 3 minute rounds will help out.
All right, look, I'm cool with that shit. I mean, I'm cool with 3 minutes, but again, I think we'll get more action. I think if these ladies learn how to pace themselves better with 2 minutes, we will get much more. We'll get the same amount of action as they do with like the Delphine Pursoon type fights, the Amanda Serrano type fights where they just battling the whole fight. Like we're gonna get more of those. But when you fight ladies like Alicia Baumgardner again, come on, man, that's my girl. Anyway, when you fight girls like Alicia Baumgartner, she's gonna box you. She's gonna box you, and she's gonna need to have that lung capacity in order to move around the ring and still box you. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, yo, man, I got.
This is a funny. I just thought about it. She's trained by Tony Harrison.
That's what I was down.
Tony Harrison gasses out a lot in his fights.
Yes.
He gasses out a lot in his fight.
Yeah.
He's a great boxer. I love to see him box because he can box, but he definitely gasses out a lot. So, maybe it's just a different type of training they got to try. Who knows?
Well, we shall see. All right, because Tony Harrison is still one of my favorite boxers right now to date.
Oh.
He's one of my favorite. Like I think he's one of my top 5 favorite fighters to date. Yeah, top 5. Top 5. All right, so we're gonna segue into that actually. All right, the Tim Tszyu and Tony Harrison. I'm glad, the Tim Tszyu. All right, see, he's throwing them things. He throwing the shots at them brothers. Oh shit, I don't even think my shit rocking, but I know why.
I'm gonna be honest. Play the clip.
All right. So look, Tim who? Yeah, Tim Tszyu. Yeah. So I'm gonna play. We're gonna play something for y'all, and this is Tim Tszyu having an interview with Fight Hype. Shout out to Fight Hype. You understand what I'm saying? They out here always putting in a lot of work. Oh shit. Exactly, the Don DeMarco. They always put in a lot of work or whatever, but we're gonna definitely listen to Tim Tszyu speak about Tony Harrison. All right, so give me 2.5. We're gonna pull it up real quick. We're gonna pull it up. All right.
How was the sparring out here? I saw you some Amari Jones is a good young undefeated 150. How was it out here for camp?
It was good, man. It was good. It was good to step out of the comfort zone.
Amari Jones. If y'all joke, I'm gonna have to look up Amari Jones. I didn't look up Amari Jones before we're doing this, and you said you don't really know him. I don't know him either. Amari Jones. We're gonna look him up. I'm guessing he's similar to Tony Harrison because he's sparring this joker right here. But anyway, let's listen. Yeah, let's listen to what he got to say over here.
And it was Amari's a talented young man, and he gave me good work and mixed it up with
fair use.
From boys as well.
Fair use.
So, yeah, it was definitely great work.
Is it helping you continue to improve at getting that American style down packed and figuring out how to deal with it and be effective against it?
Yeah, for sure. Good, man. Good. Everything good? Yeah, good, man. You well? Good. I think in terms of that American style, we're not used to it in Australia. So it's been good to get that style in. Aussies, close your eyes and swing. You know, you punch them, again, close your eyes and swing, which also brings a big danger, you know. There's a lot of overhands and punches that are very unorthodox.
What does he mean by that?
All I heard was he said the American boxers close their eyes and swing.
Yeah. Like what is he?
I think everybody has done that before, but to say that's an American style is almost like it's a shot at American boxers.
That's what it seemed like here, right?
It's like a shot at American boxers. Now I don't know. Let me be honest. I don't know who the hell Tim Tszyu is. We know Tim Tszyu because of his father and his legendary fight that Costa Tszyu
with Zab Judah. Yeah,
correct. So I don't know who Tim Tszyu is. I don't know what he's done. I don't know if he's even fought for his nation or his country or whatever you want to say. I don't know. I just know that it was the play on his name was why the big fight with Charlo came about. Now, to sit there and say American fighters, they close that. Some people, some people do that because you get to your moments where you might close your eyes when you throw a punch. Or it might be in a moment you kind of like look away or do something, but it's like you're not automatically going like this. You know what I'm saying? Like
do you think he means like that's what he has to do to them because they're so slick in the way we move? You think let's see. Let me I don't know. Like I don't
It sounded like he was throwing a shot, but go ahead.
You throwing shots, brother Tim? No, Tim Tszyu ain't throwing shots.
American style is a very smart style.
Okay.
But it's also it can also work in your favor.
Yeah, every style has weaknesses, right?
For sure.
How would you typify it though? What typifies the good parts of the American style?
Hard to hit, rangy, quick, good reflexes, good eye, good brains.
That describes Tony Harrison a little
Yeah,
bit,
for
wouldn't
sure.
you?
That describes
Tony
boxing.
Harrison is
That describes boxing in general, if you ask me. But it seems like he's saying that like his type of style is probably more of a slugger. Like he just likes to throw a lot of punches. He comes forward, and he wants to sit down and punch with you. And that's not how boxing. Like boxing has different forms of things, and he's probably more of a puncher.
Yeah.
As a boxer, like Tony Harrison is, that's Tony Harrison's style that he just talked about.
Yes,
Tony
very
Harrison's
slick.
going to use his jab. He's very slick. He's going to move, use his defense. I like Tony Harrison in this fight, just to put that out there.
Oh, for sure.
I thought Tony Harrison beat Charlo too. I thought
That's
the only
what
problem
Charlo
with Tony Harrison's fight in the second one, he showboated too much. And Charlo is a determined man. He was focused. Once you start to showboat, and I seen him take his eyes off the prize. Charlo never did that. Now, in this fight here, I hope that Tony Harrison has learned something from that fight where he's focused because this is a title fight for him. So I hope he's focused on doing what he has to do to beat this guy. I don't know who Tim Tszyu fought for him to be in title contention or what's going on, but I have never heard his name be mentioned in none of these like top brackets of 154, 160 or anything like that. So
not recently. I mean, not like in these recent years. No, like he came out of nowhere again. He's getting his name from his father, and in this interview he mentions how the same thing. I feel like this is an even better fight for it. This is even better. It's not like a step down or a step up because the styles make fights. This style of fighter, it may be very difficult for him, whereas he probably would have had an easier time with Jamel.
Correct. Because Jamel is going to he'll sit there with you and bang with you.
Exactly.
But Harrison's going to move. So if he can't move, which a lot of I don't want to say a lot of Europeans, but a lot of guys, and particularly him, he might just be a brawler. He might just need you to stand and sit in front of him. So it's going to be interesting to see what he's going to do to stop Tony Harrison. Because Tony Harrison is going to move. That's his thing. How long he can move for is up to him.
Exactly. Let's take a look. Listen a little bit more Tony, because I'm not Tony. Tim Tszyu. He speaks about a little bit more about his opponent Tony.
Yeah, he's got great tools.
Is this, you were ready, you were training for the fight of your life, but is this actually a blessing in disguise? Because one thing people were talking about heading into the fight is big gap in experience. But Harrison, do you feel like he makes up a lot of that ground and experience? So in a way, that this can make your chances better heading into a trial.
Yeah, look, I think another fight in the meantime will only do positives. I'm still young. I've got plenty to learn, and there's so much to learn in this sport. It baffles me the progression you can make from 10 weeks, from 12 weeks, just staying on the grind.
Is that pressure, that intelligent pressure, going to be too much for Tony Harrison?
That's what I hope for. Well, you know what? It's going to be a different type of style. We'll see what happens, man. See what I bring on the night.
That's exactly.
Do you feel like, on tape, on paper, it's a step up from Gachet?
For sure.
How so?
Yeah, for sure. Tony Harrison's he's the top 1%. He's the one that's beaten the man. And I'm fighting the man who beat the man
I'm glad they giving him. I'm glad he giving him the respect like
Nah,
that.
he needs
I'm
to.
being real.
If you follow Tony Harrison's career, he even to me he's always been up there because he even fought with what's my man from DC, Hurd. He fought with Jared Hurd and he was beating Jared Hurd. Honestly, he was beating him the whole fight,
Yeah.
outboxing him the whole fight.
Yep.
Jared Hurd just has an engine that just keeps going, and
It's wild.
And in the later rounds, Tony Harrison died down, and Jared Hurd picked up, and that's how he got the win because he was losing the whole fight. If it had went to the scorecards, Jared Hurd he was losing that fight.
Yeah.
But it picked up in the end, and Jared Hurd pulled it out. So when he's talking about Tony Harrison, he's definitely up there in that top 5 in the 154
Ain't he?
range. Like
He
people don't
has
give him his credit. People don't give him his credit, but
for whatever reason, I don't know why.
they don't give him his credit. I mean, and he's not. I guess he's not a big name fight seller or whatever. But like when he came to fight those fights, I was like, okay, yeah, he's really he could box.
Yep.
He could move. He has a little power behind him, but his gas tank kind of went out, and then that was that. So I'm interested to see how he's going to try to do something different. Like I said, I've never seen this guy Tim Tszyu fight. I don't know what he does or what's his thing. But most likely he's going to try to pressure him and come forward. That's going to be a long night to try to stop Tony Harrison from moving if you don't have a smarter game plan with this. I'm just going to give him pressure.
So let me ask you, do you think that Tony Harrison would have to would have to knock him out in order to win? Do you think he would be able? So you think Tony will be able to outbox him the whole fight? Do you think he has it in him? Do you think he has it in him to be as disciplined as possible?
I hope he learned. Like as there's anything in life, you want to learn from your mistakes. Only mistake he made in his I ain't gonna say 2 losses, but the 2 losses to Charlo and Hurd was that he gassed out in the Hurd fight and he wasn't focused towards the end. And then in the Charlo fight, he kind of was like bragging too much. He was too worried about the crowd, interacting with the crowd than he was Charlo. And Charlo was seeing him do it, and Charlo stayed focused on him. And that's what kind of separated the two. So hopefully he learned his lesson from that, and he's like, you know what? I'm coming here to take care of business. Like, I'm not worried about putting on a show for y'all. I'm not worried about interacting with y'all while I'm in the ring. I'm worried about taking care of the guy who's in front of me to put my name back on this list. And if he does that, I don't see Tim Tszyu beating him at all. Like, I don't see it happening.
No, I agree with that. Hey, I can't see Tim Tszyu. But the way boxing is nowadays, sometimes Tony gives me that Adrian Broner type feel. You know what I mean? Sometimes he gives me that Adrian Broner type feel, and I'm not trying to shoot. I'm not trying to shoot, but
that's true though. Like AB, hands down was one of the top guys when he wanted to train hard and he was focused. And it's hard because when you come from nothing and they give you money, of course it's hard to try to do that focus, but. This is what you want to do. This is your career. This is what you got to focus on. Me personally, I'm not letting nobody deter me from what I need to be doing. And hopefully, he does what he needs to do. Like he's not as bad as AB, but he has shown some like, all right, I'm just chilling and cruising type thing. So.
Yes, yeah, he does seem a little bit more lax than he should be, especially when he's winning fights.
Correct.
That's why he needs to stay focused. It's not taken away from him being my top 5 because I think he has a mouthpiece to sell fights. I think he has the mind to be a great fighter and to train other fighters. Like that, like he has it for me. He's a fighter for me that I would like to emulate. Like I would like to duplicate him. You know what I mean? He's a good fighter. So I really do hope he does beat the brakes off Tim Tszyu. I'm talking about on some embarrassing mess, like kind of
If he does, it puts him in a different space now. So then I think that Charlo and Harrison 3 would definitely be a good match or a good look. I think that he has the opportunity, but is he going to capitalize on it? And that's the biggest thing. Is he going to capitalize on it?
Charlo Harrison 3 would be a big fight, especially with a Tim Tszyu win here.
Bananas. I agree. It'd be bananas.
Be the man as well. So it's a good step up for me and something that I'm looking forward to this in my career.
Did you feel like he won that first Charlo fight?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some people
How about you?
Yeah, definitely.
Could have went.
Yeah, it could have went either way, but I think he won it.
And going back, watching your fight with Goucher, Al Bernstein was.
Did you see his fight with Goucher? When he got the he was able to get the, it was an eliminator, so he beat Goucher, and then in order to, you ain't see it? Did you see it?
I just learned who this dude was.
Exactly. Yeah, and he had a hard time with Goucher. That's all I'm saying. And Goucher was one of the top 154s. He was like one of those. Not really. He honestly he wasn't. I'm not even gonna do that.
He kept doing so well, being too close to the guy for him to counter, but not too close to where you're smothering your own shots.
Yeah.
How do you do that? You know,
I don't know, man. My defense is very underestimated. People don't realize.
It is because you get hit a lot.
They think I'm there, but I'm not there.
Oh, is that right? He sound like he on some Errol Spence mess. Like that's what Errol Spence is. Errol Spence's defense is kind of like.
Yet again, I've never seen him
fight
before.
I know.
This I only could take from this like, okay,
yeah,
like, all right. Like,
slide differently to the way you see it on the inside, yeah.
Underrated defense, huh?
All right, that's it. I'm done with him. Look, my thing is though with him though, I like him. I do like Tim Tszyu because he gave respect to Tony Harrison. He didn't disrespect the American style. So I'm okay with that. You understand? He didn't disrespect. It's slick. It's intelligent. He knows it. It takes a lot of smarts in order to fight the way we fight and in order to fight against us. That's why he said. I think that's what he mean. He had to close his eyes and kind of throw something because it's either he gonna be there or he's not gonna be there. I think our style is very difficult. You know what I mean? And he's one of the first people that's outside of the U.S. to explain that. At least I've heard on camera.
I've never heard that. I've heard like the European style is very tricky. You know what I'm saying? Like I've heard it's different things that people look for when they're fighting Europeans or when they're fighting Ukrainians or Russian. Like certain things is going to happen. And in America, like boxing is not taught. It's taught different ways depending on who likes who.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like you're going to have some people who can box and they're going to be on their toes. They're going to move. You have some people who like the brawl and they're going to teach you how to brawl and punch. But to say it's a different style, I don't see it. I mean, if you've been watching boxing or if you into the sport, you're going to see different styles all the time.
Yeah, I do. I do. Predominantly, the most successful style that America has is the slicker style, moving around, using your keeping your distance.
Game, hit and not get hit.
Yeah, so, but that's not everyone's style though. Mexican style is not that style.
Correct,
you know what I'm saying? Right, so right. And that Russian style is also not really that. It is that style, but it's not really that style. They're straight. They're straight up and down. Let me see if I can pull something up real quick. Let me see.
I do agree with what you're saying because they do be straight up and down.
There was something I saw.
On their toes a little bit, like the guy who fought Boots.
Oh,
you know what I'm
saying? Karen. Yeah. Right? That was dude's name, Karen. Here, check this out. So look. So hold on. I'm gonna run it. So I saw this before, and I just want to see if I can get this pulled up. Hold on. Okay. See if I can get this pulled up for us here. All right. All right, check this out. All right, who that look like? Cuban style. That look like Andy Cruz.
But play the whole thing.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna explain that.
Right,
I'm gonna explain this whole thing to you.
I got you. All right, hold on. Oh, shout out to 2K. It's official boxing on Instagram. I'll leave the link to their YouTube and their Instagram page. They post a lot of cool shorts, like little training videos and things like that. I got this clip from there. It's 2K. It's official boxing.
Be supportive to make things easy. 3-4. Выполняйте правильно движения.
So with those styles, what they're showing you, those are like how they're for the Olympics.
Yeah.
So like that Cuban style right there is how everybody on the Cuban
that's how they move in the amateurs, right?
And Cuban like everybody on an island and everything is just like that's their style.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody's taught like that in Cuba, and that transfers over into the Olympics and when they go fight international stuff like that. The Philippines the same way. They fight like that for the Olympics. So when you see guys like we see videos like this, that's those type of guys in those countries training for the Olympics. Not everybody is necessarily fights that way from those countries, but for the most part,
that's like their school, like the way their
that's
school.
like their school.
Gotcha.
Yeah, correct. Because like when I'm looking at that, that's like you said, Andy Cruz. But most of the Cuban fighters fight like that, except for like the heavyweights. The heavyweights don't really fight as much like that from Cuba.
I mean, they really can't move like that as much.
They
What's old boy?
They can move like that, but they just don't.
King Kong had the potential to.
But being that they're heavyweights is a little bit more dangerous for them to fight like that. So they don't really fight. They're on their toes. They move, but they don't really fight like that with their hands down. Philippines, that's Manny Pacquiao. That's how Manny Pacquiao fought.
Hold on.
So that looks just like Manny Pacquiao.
Straight up.
Just like Manny, and it's shuffle your feet.
Jump in and out.
Yeah, it's shuffle your feet. Try to get in quick, get it out quick. Shuffle your feet, get in quick, get out quick. Jab.
Yep.
Use your quick punches. Russia, that looks just like Vladimir Klitschko in them. You know what I'm saying? So it's more so. This is how their styles are taught because this is how they look at boxing.
Yep.
So this is how when I used to watch Vladimir Klitschko. This is how he fought with Lennox Lewis.
Right.
He was on his toes a little bit. He would jump in, come in, out, and then he would jab, double jab. He would keep a long jab. He didn't always bring it all the way back. He just kept it long.
That's kind of what he's doing too.
Correct.
That's kind of like you see. Like he keeping it and he kind of swung it up. He see? He kind of like swinging that thing up there a little bit, and it does look like Vladimir Klitschko and Bivol.
Yeah.
Right, you can see Bivol in that
a little bit.
The way he would shoot that 1-2. Right there. See right there, that's that Marquez. They cut off at the end.
The Mexican style was everybody knows the Mexican style.
Yeah. That looked like a Marquez.
Throw a lot of body punches, throw a lot of just sit there and brawl with you. But
imagine his foot inside of a tire. That's what you know what I mean? That's how I imagine it. Like these Mexican jokers, they keep that foot in that tire and they try to move inside of that tire listen. They ready to take punches. They ready to take blows. No, so that's not the Americans now. You know what I'm saying? And with this video, it cut off, but the American style that he showed basically Mayweather. He was just basically doing like this.
And not a lot of people like that. Not a lot of people like that Philly shell and that shoulder roll that Mayweather do, which is understandable because if you don't do it correctly, you're putting yourself in a lot of big issues.
Yeah.
I think in when you talk about boxing, a lot of the top athletes are from America. So that's kind of what stands out with a lot of things. So when they say the American style is a slick puncher, slick boxer, when you look at Floyd, when you look at people like Devin Haney and Shakur, when you look at Tevin Farmer, when you look at guys like that, they're slick fighters. So that's always that's just their style. They're slick fighters. They're going to make you miss, which the name of the game, hit and not get hit. So that makes more sense for a lot of American people because like I don't want to get hit and get punched on. I want to punch him and not get hit. So if this is what Floyd does and this is what Shane Mosley does or this is what Sugar Shane, you know what I'm saying? Like this is all
the most successful boxers had that style. Who started it? Sugar Ray Robinson. Everybody is emulating from that. They start from Sugar Ray Robinson and then move on from that. And what is that? Hit and don't get hit. Try to turn over that punch, get over the like. These are all things that American style fighters. This is what I'm starting to like. I'm collecting as like we're going through the conversation. It started from Ray Robinson, and then you saw Sugar Ray Leonard take that and all the sugars in there.
It went before Ray Robinson. I think Ray Robinson just wanted the bigger names. Because you got a lot of guys.
He was the pound for pound. That's why they made the pound for pound list.
But you got a lot of other things like the Black Murderers Row, which was their own boxing league. You know what I'm saying? So it's guys before Sugar like that were doing that. It's guys that were doing it before him, but he just got the recognition for a lot of this stuff.
Because he was moving all the way up and down weight classes and all that shit.
But none of that, he was just the guy, their guy.
Sure.
He was the mob's guy, I guess you could say.
Sugar Ray Robinson was just everybody's guy. He was beating. Sugar Ray Robinson. Sugar Ray Robinson is everybody's go-to person when they say who's the best ever. Even Ali.
Ali was in that era. Ali was young, so it's hard to say Ali. If you say guys now, ask people now, they're not going to bring up Sugar Ray Robinson.
Well, because they don't know the history like that.
I mean, that's cool, but they're not gonna bring Sugar Ray Robinson. Or I mean, they barely gonna bring Sugar Ray Leonard. So you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, man, I'm glad we got this conversation with this, but I'm really ready to address this real quick because we're gonna get it popping because we're gonna address the elephant in the room, and I'm gonna look at y'all jokers for this. Devin, Shakur, Tank. They will not fight. They will not fight. Listen, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to tell you why. And I already made a video about this. Number one, Shakur is going to beat all of those jokers. Shakur is gonna smash all those cats.
I wouldn't go that far.
Cool. You don't have to. We go. You know what I mean? We can set the bets on it later on.
I definitely could do that.
We could definitely do that, but right now there's nobody that's going to be able to touch Shakur except for Frank Martin when it's time.
Wait.
When it's time. When it's time.
So
Listen.
Frank Martin just comes out of nowhere. He's the only one that can touch Shakur?
I'm telling you the way I
this guy, man. Listen, that's crazy.
I have amazing foresight, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
As long as you know, I have amazing foresight.
Let me help you out with this.
Don't help me out, but let me finish. Let me finish. Okay. Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, and Tank will never fight. But it is by design. It's not because they don't want to fight each other. It's by design. You guys
I agree with that.
You guys have to understand, right? And I'm gonna continue to look at y'all. Y'all have to understand that the business of boxing now is completely different. They're not worried about the big fights. They're worried about creating big. Let me hear me out. I got this. They're not worried about the big fights. They're worried about the big fighters. They want to create big fighters, and if you are not a big fighter yet, it's not even going to make sense. They're trying to create many big fighters so everybody can make money. That's why there's many belts, there's many sanctioning bodies, there's so many promoters, and there's many networks that fighters that they can fight on. They want to spread out that dollar and they want to take our money. Whatever. That for me, I'm okay with that, but that's why they will not fight. Devin is going to move up to 140, which means Shakur is going to take over 135. 135, 140. Tank and Devin will not fight at 140. They will end up probably fighting at 147, but Tank ain't fighting at 147. It's never going to be time. I'm sorry. I just had to address that. I'm sorry.
I feel like somebody had to vent. Somebody just vented just now. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. Because if you look at it, what big fights have we gotten that we all wanted to see? Besides... I can't even think.
Wilder and Fury.
But that wasn't a big fight that everybody see. Everyone wanted to see Wilder and Joshua. Nobody wanted to see Wilder and Fury until that came. And when that came about, that's when everybody was like, "Oh, okay, we could rock with that too."
Yeah.
And then when Fury won, or when it was the draw, then it was like, "Oh, let's see what's going on for the next fight."
Right.
And then when he won, then it was like a big thing. But everybody was hell bent on
Joshua.
Wilder
And you're right. No, you're absolutely
everybody was hell bent
right.
on that. Even with the Canelo, we never got none of the Canelo fights that we wanted to see.
No.
We never got none of the 147 fights that we wanted to see. So we never get the fights that we want to see unless, they're on the same side. And most times, 9 out of 10, if they're on the same side, either one person has the belt and the other person doesn't, or neither have the belt. So it's hard to get those super fights. Back to this Frank Martin thing. I don't know how.
What?
I don't know how.
Talk to me, D.
Frank Martin just came out of nowhere and became the Shakur stopper. The Shakur stopper. But it's
He's
not
not
happening.
going. First of all, he's not going. First of all, he's not going to stop Shakur. First of all, he's not going to stop Shakur.
You said he's the only one that could beat him?
He's not going to stop him.
You said he's the only one that could beat him.
He's the only one that's going to, I said, touch him. I said, he's going to be able to want to touch him. Like, enough for it to be like, oh, man, hey, man, that boy Frank Martin, all right.
Can you pull up the Shakur and Haney sparring? It's on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Pull that up. All right, let me talk about this, because I wholeheartedly
Can't believe you.
I like Shakur Stevenson. Like, he's a great boxer in my eyes. So is Devin Haney, and so is Tank. I have Shakur over Devin Haney and Tank, but I have Tank over all three of them. As anybody knows, Tank to me is just on another level when it comes to this boxing right now. Not saying that, taking anything away from Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, that one right there. You can play that clip. Just play the first few seconds of it. You ain't gonna play the whole thing. Just let them sparring. Now, we're not gonna sit here and say, oh, one is just gonna be is just gonna beat the shit out of the other one. No, we gotta see that fight, because those fights are different in each aspect. So when you sit there and look at it and go, oh, well, Tank's gonna do this, nah, we need to see those fights. And unfortunately, we might not get to see those fights. You get what I'm saying? Like, we might not get to see those fights.
You really not. Like, for real.
Wait, was this the one? Was this the clip? I just wanted to see the clip of it, because we was watching it, and I wanted to get your opinion on it right quick.
Of there, because I'm pulling up. This one right here is the first one when Dev was younger. Like, Dev was like 16. It is, right? Okay.
Yeah, this is the one I wanted to see.
Okay, hold on.
Wait, no. Yeah, this is the one. Because they both are around the same age. It's not like they way older.
All right.
They're around the same age. But I just want your opinion on that for a few at first, because we was watching this clip, and I was sending it to my friends, and I'm like, what y'all think about this? And like, yo, Devin was like teeing off on Shakur was getting hit with everything. I'm like, all right, they fans. Now they're fans. They're fans of boxing, but they're not boxers, so they've never been in the ring to box.
Right.
So I'm looking at it, and at the clip I sent, and Shakur just rolling with every shot, blocking every shot. I'm like, yo, he barely touched him. And they're like, nah, he was punching on Shakur. I said, yo, he barely touched him. Like, y'all gotta look at it, and they were just like, nah, you tripping. Like, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, we gonna definitely see.
Play a little clip of it. I don't think this one gonna show it as much, because I think this one is a little more in depth. But the one I see was a highlight, so it was like a little piece of it. But
all right, hold on, let's see.
Let's see.
Oh wait, hold on. This is from what's it called? Dante's Boxing Nation YouTube channel.
Yeah, shout out
I got a shout.
Boxing Nation.
Yeah. I want to shout out to him, because he was the first person to actually get this sparring out here.
Yeah. I remember that. He's big. He's big on the boxing scene. Dante's Boxing Nation be a lot. He be on all the fights. He gets a lot of stuff going. So yeah, definitely shout out to Dante's Boxing Nation.
Yeah, for sure. I know he's actually starting to get jokers on the YouTube, because of people using his new media type of thing. And I listen, don't use my fucking new media saying if you are not a part of new media. Like, I get it, Joker. But anyway, fair use. Though, listen, I know, because I seen this, and I'm like, damn, man, Shakur really that smart? Like, because Devin is good. Devin is a good boxer. People may say great. Nah, he is great. He's a greater, but he's like a special fight. Who only because he's a.
I won't go that far right now.
Okay, all right, that's fair. That's fair.
Really beat too many.
But can you see that Shakur's great?
Yeah, no, I can see both of them. They're the same. I wouldn't say great right now in the careers that they have so far, judging off what they have so far.
Yeah,
they're good. They're real good fighters with the potential to be great. But it's about your resume and who you fight. To me, To me, if you like,
No,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah. When you
So,
think about their resumes,
yeah.
you are
You
gonna
got
think
it. So
about
if you had this fight and a professional fight, and they fought it, I will go, damn. Shakur great if he wins. Oh, Devin Haney's he's great because he went, because there's two elite level fighters that have the potential to be great. So that's what makes they great.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that fight,
You're right. I agree.
like right here, this is the clip right here. So they said that he had Devin Haney punched on Shakur.
So
if you're going to rewind it just five seconds.
It was. I know which part. It was when he was
in the corner. When he was in the corner.
Yeah, but he caught him with a left hook.
Look, he didn't catch him with anything.
No, I know which scene. It wasn't that one. He was in a corner, but it was a spot.
No, it was that one right there. No, I'm telling you, it was that one. The one we just was watching, it was that.
Right here. Watch. Right here. Bam! That's the part that people be talking about.
So I didn't see that one. I'm talking about the one we just was watching before that. The clip we just watching before that. That's the little clip I sent my friends.
And he was like, he was beating
and they was like, yo,
your boy's dog.
They was like, he was punching on him. I'm like, nah, you gotta look at it. Like, look at it again. And they was like, nah, he was punching on him. But listen,
your boy be. I remember you showed me some bullshit. You showed me some ish, guy.
But
your boys be talking.
The difference is they're boxing fans, so it's a different when the boxing fan says something as opposed to the boxer who is a fan too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So like we've been in the ring, like we've been around fights, so we kind of see things a little bit differently than they do.
Absolutely.
And it just was funny that they were saying that, like, yo, bro, he didn't hit him not one time when like maybe hit him once with the jab, but
maybe.
He was rolling, he was catching it, but again. To them, is the hit, if it hits you on your arm, is that the hit? Like, to me, that's not a hit. That's a block. That's
that Canelo Alvarez ish that they be doing, because Canelo Alvarez, they want to count those because they know Canelo Alvarez does that.
Yeah, see,
he goes in, he hits the arms and
correct.
So that
but
I don't count that.
Exactly.
No, you don't count that. Heck,
but this 135 division is picking up, and you are right. Sadly to say, we might not never see the big fights that we want to see. And Tank already said it. He's like, yo, if I can't get the big fights, then I'm just done. Like, I made a lot of money. I made enough money. Like, I'm done.
Yep.
And it's understandable.
Exhibition fights,
It's understandable that you if you don't get what you want from that fight as a competitor, it eats you up inside. It's like, yo, I want to fight.
Yeah.
As opposed to, I'm gonna just go and fight this guy, and fuck up my leg. Not so much fuck up my legacy, but just drag it on. Yeah, you can make money off of exhibition fights. Apparently, Floyd Mayweather is making $3,000 million every exhibition fight in Dubai. So it's crazy how much people just pay to see Floyd. I mean, it's crazy. The exhibition market is weird because it's not really a fight. And nobody wins. Everybody just gets both people get their hand raised, but people go see it.
The only thing that Tank can do, and that's why I said they're never going, because things are never going to align. It's never going to be the right time. Because Tank is going to, like you said, he may retire because he has been talking about it. He's had a long career. Cats don't really understand. He's been in the game for a little bit longer than these other younger jokers. So he's been in the game, and they had talks of him fighting Pacquiao. And that's a fight that he can have either in an exhibition or his ending his career fight.
His farewell fight. But for what? Like, Pacquiao's 50 years old.
But Pacquiao still, he wants to come back, and why not? As far as confidence,
he just wants to check. That's all.
Yeah, but they're the same height. That why wouldn't they fight each other?
It doesn't matter. They're 20, 25, 30 years apart.
You don't think he'll do it for this?
Why? Pacquiao got money. It's not like he broke. He ain't bankrupt. Like, he got money. So why would you risk it? It's not that serious. Now, in an exhibition fight, only person I've ever seen in an exhibition fight try to knock somebody's head off was Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones. Mike Tyson was really trying to get Roy. He was really trying to get Roy out of there.
They set a good precedent. They set a good precedent for exhibition fights, though. I must say, they set a good precedent because they both went out. They trained hard. Correct. They both went out there. They're older guys, and they fought their way. And Roy Jones looked like the older Roy Jones, just slow, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And Mike looked like Mike.
Correct.
Mike looked like Mike. You know what I mean? But it is a sad thing. But not saying that all these guys are gonna have great careers and their careers are gonna end. And if they do the right things and you know what I mean, they're keeping their bodies right, they're staying healthy, they're gonna have great careers, and they're all gonna be known as Hall of Fame fighters that never fought each other until the thing is they have to become bigger than all of them have to become just as big as Mayweather alone for it to be worth worth the money, right? Though, right?
I don't know because it's automatically going to generate. Tank fights always generate great revenues. So Devin Haney doesn't sell as much as even does Shakur. So you don't need like Tank says that. Tank says they can't sell out arenas in their own hometown, which is true. I mean, Shakur can because Shakur had the potential really packed, but Devin Haney can't. Like he's not that big in Oakland. You know what I'm saying? Like he's kind of big in Vegas, but to sit there and have them fight each other is maybe a mega fight, no matter what. So I feel like no matter where it's going to sell out, pay-per-view is going to do good. It's the fact that people just don't want to do the business. Like someone somewhere is going to be like, oh, nah, I think it should be 80-20, or nah, I think it should be 60-40, or nah, this should be 70-30. And on all retrospect, it should literally be 50-50. Like 50-50, and then if I win and you want a rematch, then I'm going 60-40, 70-30. But for 50-50.
I agree with that. But I think until somebody actually is the money maker of the two guys, that's when they need to start breaking it up to like 60-40. I do respect the business part of the game. If somebody's bringing in all of the money and all of the fight, all of the fans, and your ass is out here not promoting the fight, you're not on social media, you know this is a social media type of world. If I'm bringing in all the fans and I want to fight you, you're not gonna get no lion's share. You gonna get a 20%, sir.
Understandable, but my thing is this is my thing. You could say that because it's more of a popularity conversation. So if he's more popular, of course he's going to sell more. He's going to bring more out. But at the end of the day, I could be the better fighter.
That doesn't matter. You ain't bringing nobody out. But
that's the business part. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
It is a popularity contest. Like so, not saying that Tank is not a good boxer. He's a great boxer. But Tank. When I went to that fight, it was grandmas and aunties in there cheering for Tank. They don't know nothing about boxing. They're just cheering for Tank.
He's the little Mike Tyson. He knocks people out, and he has a great story.
Correct. So people was there just to support him and do what he did. Now, when it comes to Devin Haney and Shakur, it is more so. Devin Haney and Shakur is more so they're great boxers, and everybody loves to see them box. But outside of that, we don't really. You know what I'm saying? They not rocking. So I couldn't really see them two fight each other having a big fight. But if one of them fight Tank, it's a mega fight.
Always, no matter what, he is the money maker. No matter who fights Tank, it's gonna be a big fight. Correct. No matter what.
You know that's right.
All right, so you already know what it is, man. We are gone, right? Yo, man, this is the end of Unanimous Decision Podcast, y'all. This is episode 5, man. I know we've been going for about 2 weeks, man. My computer's been messing up, my sound's been messing up, but God bless this. Now we back on. Yeah, feel me. So you guys leave a comment, man. Make sure y'all share our channel, share the channel, share the ideas, share the talking points. Let them know, man, we can come and have a conversation on to this platform. You know what I mean? You got anything? You got any closing
follow
word?
me on Instagram at TheRealDerekStarlin. The Real Derek Starlin. *_boxing. And follow me on TikTok too. I'll be on TikTok throwing up them reels at The Real Derek Starlin too. So follow me when you get a chance.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We back, man. We gonna stay focused.
All right, man. Yo, give it up for the episode, guys. Give it up for the episode. I appreciate y'all. All right. Until the next time, we are gone.